Within our procedural connection, so the MySQL so it's MySQL improved, I've shown you how we can select, create a table, create a database, how we can insert into it, how we can update it, how we can delete it, and how we can query the information in that database and return it back and utilize it within our PHP code. So there's quite a lot that we can do, and it's all about the queries. So all we've really been doing is, in the last few, is that we've just been updating these queries and getting them to match with what we're doing in the phpmyadmin. And that's why I like using phpmyadmin, because it's got the queries up here, and whatever you do here, you can always get that query information. So if I go over to insert here, and if I want to add in a new record, so ABCD 500 new person, and I go to go, I always see that query string there. And I can just as easily just copy this out, bring it into my PHP code, and utilize it in there. And there's also a way to build out those query strings. So here by default we've got select all from test area where 1. So where there's an active record, it's going to return back. We can remove this, and if we want to do ID, just flip that over to there, equals 2, and we could run that query and we can see what the results are. So there was nothing that was returned there. I can go over to edit that, and maybe I want to try 3, see if anything gets returned there. So some reason it's not getting returned because it's starting at 5. So I'm going to go back a little bit and update that to 5, hit go, and we should get that 1 row being returned. And you can work with this phpmyadmin to really practice all the really different types of query strings that you can come up with. You can do combinations of them. You also have this ability to do a search here as well. So if I do something like search where company is like ABC, and you've got a lot of options here, and so it builds out that query string there. Of course, you can play around with that a little bit, so we can do something like where size is maybe greater than 6, and so on. So we can go and we can see what results get returned, and then whenever there are some results there, we can always take a look at that query and then implement it within our PHP code. So in the next set of lessons, we're going to be looking at different ways. So we're going to look at object-oriented and PDO, how to do database interaction using the different connectors to databases.